Welcome to Academic Survival Guide. My name is Caitlin, and today we are talking about whether or not you should take the ACT or the SAT. So what are the ACT and SAT? They are college admissions assessment exams that are typically taken in your junior to senior year of high school that will then be used to help in your admissions process. These are standardized exams that are required most of the time in order to receive admissions to college. Lately, because of the pandemic, not every college has required the ACT or SAT as part of the admissions requirement, but it is highly encouraged. So if there's two options, which one do I choose? Most colleges will accept either option. They will accept the ACT or the SAT. Most colleges will say they do not have a preference for one or the other. A lot of the time it's really regional. Some places will typically offer the ACT versus the SAT. I know in Ohio it was a lot more common to take the ACT, at least in my area, but I ended up taking both because I wasn't sure which one would suit my testing abilities best, so I wanted to make sure that I got myself the best option and did both. If you're not sure which test to take, you can start off by looking at the college that you are trying to get into. You can look at their admissions page, and the average score of the ACT or SAT of their incoming students should be readily available on their admissions page. That can be really helpful information, especially to help gauge yourself in terms of where you need to land if you're looking to attend that university. It's not the only factor in your admissions application, but it is something that can help push you over the edge if they are undecided. For example, The Ohio State University posted for their admissions that the majority of their students earned an ACT score from anywhere from 27 to 32, and the majority of their admitted students' SAT scores range between 1270 and 1420. That gives you a general sense of an idea of where you might want to land in terms of admissions. Comparing this to Stanford, which is an Ivy League school, Stanford's admissions page listed their average incoming students' ACT score as ranging between 32 and 35 versus the SAT, which ranged between 1470 and 1570. So that gives you a standard idea of the difference between two different schools, both great schools, but both will have different admissions criteria, and their students will typically fall in different ranges. You might also want to look at scholarship opportunities. Sometimes scholarship opportunities will be based on your ACT or SAT scores. I know for Ohio State, one of their scholarships required an ACT score with a minimum of 28 in order to apply for that scholarship. You might be asking yourself, what is the difference between these two exams? There are different subjects on the two exams, so you might want to pick one that suits your strengths. So the SAT focuses on math, reading, and writing/literature versus the ACT, which focuses on reading, English, math, and science. So you can see that science is something that was left off of the SAT. So that's a big difference right there for sure. The other difference is that the SAT does not allow calculators on all of the math problems. They only allow it on some of the math problems. So that's something that you might want to take into consideration as well, especially if you are teetering on the brink of deciding between the two and you're not maybe as fluent in fast math without a calculator. Obviously, when I was talking about the averages of the two schools' admissions, you could see that there is a big difference in the range of the scoring between the two tests. So the SAT is scored on a range of 400 to 1800 points versus the ACT, which is scored on a range of 1 to 36. So that's a big difference as well. Exam time doesn't really come into play because both of them are roughly about 3 hours to complete. So those are really the main differences between the two exams. And like I said, you'll want to look at the college admissions page of the college that you're intending to apply for, because that can give you a better glimpse into which test they might prefer, or it might give you a general sense of what score you might want to aim for when completing these exams. And maybe you decide, like me, that you wanted to take both exams. And that is becoming more and more common as students want to widen their range of possibilities. You might want to take the ACT and the SAT as you're not sure which might suit your strengths best. That's always a great option as well. There is a fee that comes with both of those exams. There is something that you can maybe talk with your guidance counselor about in terms of a fee waiver for those exams if that is something that you need. I would definitely recommend reaching out to your guidance counselor at your high school to speak about those options. Well, I hope you found this video super helpful. If you liked it, please make sure to hit that like button down below. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you hit the bell icon, you'll also be notified every time that we post a new video. If you want to comment down below which test that you decided to take, I'd be happy to hear it. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.